So the other day we did the iPhone 4S and its Apple A5 chipset versus the iPhone 7 Plus and its Apple A10. Today we're doing the A6 and the iPhone 5 versus the iPhone 7 Plus. Coming up right now. Let's go. So what is up, guys? Nick here from Everything Tech, helping to master your technology, and welcome to the iPhone 5 versus the iPhone 7 Plus. Now, this video, I want to give you a full disclosure. This video is not made for any type of telling you to go ahead and buy the iPhone 5 right now in 2017. That's totally up to you to decide. I'm making this video just to see how far Apple's advancements have come in the years over the A10 from the A6 CPU. This is 4 generations newer. This device is the latest and greatest from Apple lands, and this one has, still been updated, and this is probably the last software update for the iPhone 5. So it's cool to just see how it's performing here in this day and age. So 10.2.1 software on both devices. Let me go ahead and confirm that for you in a minute once I get done closing out 174 million applications right here. So let me go over here and go into the iPhone 5, go into settings here. Let's go back. Let's hop out of there. Let's go into general software update. And you can see iOS 10.2.1. This should be continuing to get the iOS 10.3 update, as well as any 10 iteration updates, but I wouldn't expect to see iOS 11 there on the iPhone 5. Heading over to settings here on the iPhone 7 Plus, if I go back, you can see if I go into general here, software update, iOS 10.2.1 available here for this device. So let's go ahead and begin with this speed test. Let's close everything out. Now, I did test the iPhone 5 versus the 7 Plus already in like a speed test where we were speed testing the 5, the 5S, the SE, as well as the 6S Plus, but we did not test these guys, A6 versus A10 like we're doing here. So as you can see, guys, everything is closed out here on both devices, and let's see how much of an improvement this 64-bit A10 quad-core Fusion chip is over the iPhone 5 in everyday tasks. Now, that's how I like to do things in the real world, because I don't think a lot of people are using these devices extremely heavy. We're using them day to day for our lives, and most tasks now on mobile is pretty light. So let's go into calendar. And you can see, wow, iPhone 5 hung with it there for the basic tasks. Let's go home here. And you can see, not bad there for the iPhone 5. Let's go into calculator. And you can see, pretty decent. Let's come home. And if you guys want to watch the 4S comparison between the iPhone 4S and the iPhone 7 Plus, that's also on the channel. Let's go ahead and go into the camera on both devices. And you can see the 7 Plus slightly ahead. Let's come home here. So you can see the 5 is still a decent, device for basic tasks, and I'm gonna pick up a 5C as well to do some videos on that, so subscribe to the channel to see a lot of those comparisons with the 5C as well. Let's go to clock here, and you see that was pretty similar. So basic tasking on most iPhones hasn't changed. Now here is where we're gonna see a big difference is in the third-party applications. Let's begin with YouTube on both. So I'm going into YouTube here, and you can see the 7 Plus is still waiting for the 5S or the 5, and this is where you really see an update, is in the third-party applications as well as gaming. Also, battery life is extremely better on the iPhone 7 Plus over the 5. Let's go into Appy Geek or a Pi Geek. You can see the 7 Plus. I'm already reading an article, Nokia 3310. The redesign 2017, maybe we'll pick that up for the channel if you guys are interested. Let's come home. You could see coming home. You could see not bad coming home there for the iPhone 5. Let's go into the App Store now. And you see the App Store on the A10, the A9 is extremely quick. The App Store has a huge update in terms of the speed on the newer devices. So you can see in terms of scrolling, a little chop there on the 5, but I'm pretty surprised that the 5 is still a very functional phone here in 2017. I mean, that just goes to show how longly, I don't even know if that's a word, but I make up my words sometimes. Don't judge me. How long will the iPhone 5 last is it's been about 5 years. So let's go into, let's see, where were we? Weather? Let's go into weather. You can see 47 and sunny here in Chicago. Not bad for a February day. Let's come home here. Let's go into settings. You can see the 7 Plus ahead. Let's go into the Twitter application. And you can see, boom, there goes the 7 Plus. So the 7 Plus is Of course it's quicker. But do you see that you can still use an iPhone 5 here in 2017? I think this video just goes to show that, you know, if you decide to pick up a 7 Plus, or you decide to pick up a 6S Plus, you know, these are kind of devices you can invest in once and keep them for like 3 years and they're still going to be functional. Now, with the advancements in technology to where they've gotten today, I think that these newer devices are going to last even longer than these older ones did. Let's go into voice memos. And the only reason that they wouldn't last longer is if, you know, it's for profit. Like if businesses like Apple tries to slow the device down, for example, just because they want to sell their new devices. Those are the only reasons I could see why this device would slow down in the next few years. Let's go into Instagram. Missed that one on the iPhone 5 and it's A6. Let's come home here. And you can see, boom. iPhone 5 loaded it a little bit slower, but still functional. Pretty cool stuff here. Let's go into Safari on both devices. Let's go to yahoo.com here. Let's go to yahoo.com here on the iPhone 5. And you can see, let's see how Safari performs on iOS 10.2.1 for that old boy, the iPhone 5. Let's go. And I missed that one on, I don't know how I missed that one on that big old 7 Plus, so we're gonna have to do another website. Let's just go to, let's see, YouTube. Let's just go to my favorite website in the world, YouTube. Let's go to youtube.com here. Let's go, in 3, 2, let's go. And you can see, wow, did the 5 just win that test? No way. Let's go to sub menu. Whoa, pretty decent stuff there for the 5. This is shocking. Let's go to cnet.com. cnet.com, used to read them when I was a young boy. Well, you could say a teenager. Let's go over here into cnet.com and let's go. Oh, okay, now the 7 Plus is showing its speed. Now it's showing its speed. But man, funny. Now I think I know why you guys still want to watch some of these iPhone 5 videos. You see it keeping up with the 7 Plus? What's going on here? Good job, Apple. Let's go into eBay here for keeping your devices, you know, functioning still, even though they're like 5 years old. I think this is a huge reason why a lot of people use the iPhone device. You can see the 7 Plus ahead there. Let's come home here. Let's go into Amazon. And a lot of people are going to say, you know, a lot of people think that, you know, this is not the reason why people are updating. And I would agree, you know, I don't think the reason people are updating is because of things like this, like we're showing here, like just speed alone. This is a factor because, you know, if it's just 1 or 2 seconds quicker, a lot of people say that that's nothing. Well, actually it is, because there's one thing in life you cannot get back, and that is time. So if you can save 1 to 2 seconds on each app, that adds up. That can be minutes of your life wasted just opening an application and waiting on it on the iPhone 5 versus the iPhone 7 Plus. So you don't get time back. That's one thing you don't get back in life. So let's go home here and let's go back into health. You could see iPhone 7 Plus, but what's surprising is that even the iPhone 5 still multitasks as well. You see that? iOS is extremely efficient at this, and it's crazy because there's some newer Android devices that cannot even multitask as well as the iPhone 5. Isn't that something? Do you see that? It's just holding the application like it's nobody's business over there. Let's go into Instagram. You see, once again, no reloads on either devices. So let's go home here and let's go into Twitter. Once again, nobody's business, no reloads there on the iPhone 5. Let's go into a game now in Temple Run and see how that older 32-bit CPU loads a game. Not bad. So casual games, you could run casual games all day here on the iPhone 5. Let's go into Subway Surfers and let's see what happens here. And you can see this is where the $1,000 phone is going to show you its $1,000 power. You see that right there? $1,000 phone showing you its $1,000 power. Over here, we're still waiting, and there goes those seconds off your life I was talking about earlier. So boom, let's come home, and that pretty much is gonna wrap this one up of the iPhone 5 versus the 7 Plus. I hope this video was entertaining for you to show you how much of a difference you're gonna get on a 7 Plus over, you know, an iPhone 5. If you have an iPhone 5 and the 7 Plus is on your radar, you are jumping massively in almost every single area of the device. The only thing you're going down in is probably the fact that you probably are not going to be able to one-hand the iPhone anymore if you go with the 7 Plus. But if you double tap here, you got reachability, which does bring the ability to easily reach across the screen, and you also get 3D touch here. Much better battery life here on the 7 Plus, much better speakers, water resistance. We don't need to talk no more. We know it's a better device. But this one was the A6 chipset versus the A10 chipset in the iPhone 5 versus the iPhone 7 Plus. If you enjoyed it, do me a favor, click the like button for me. Subscribe to the channel for more technology videos like this. This was Nick here helping to master your technology. I will catch you all in the next one. Be sure to be well and peace.